Okay, watch and learn step by step, turning the word Spider-Man into this cartoon Spider-Man. Let's start off here and let's write the word nice and neat. So just get that and take your time, write the word slowly and nice and neat because it's the foundation for the rest of the cartoon. Good bit of spacing between the letters, not too far but just nice and normal right there. And then the R there, okay, and not too far away, tiny little dash, and then capital M for Spider-Man. Alright, and like I said, make sure you got plenty of room around, and there we go, we got the word.
Oh.
Okay, now you need to watch closely and take your time. I'm going to draw it pretty slow and do my best to guide you right through every step so that you end up with a good Spider-Man. So here, we start from the D and curve it back just over the top to the top of the R. I'm just going to thicken up a lot of my lines along the way. So if you jump ahead of me and you think I'm drawing a bit slow, well then just draw your lines a bit thicker. There we go. Now curve this back down, take your time and connect it up there with the R. Might take a few times to get a nice sort of shaped head, but now down from the D and curve it back down to the chin there. Okay, and then if you've got a little bit to connect up the top there. Alright, now I like to go to the eyes next. This is kind of tricky, getting these eye parts. Start here, go up, curve it back down, and then connect it up. It's not quite the right way Spider-Man's eyes are, but this is the closest they're going to get it, considering we've got two around this. And now I think I should have made that a bit flatter on the bottom there, but it's kind of got that eye a bit open looking forward, I guess. And okay, let's colour those in. Okay, just marking about, there we go. All right, next. Now, here we're going to make the other lines around there, down to about halfway down there. So I sometimes do a dot, so I know where I'm going. Connect that up. Okay. And next, let's just throw another one right in the middle there. Connect it up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring it down to the other side of his face there. Okay, and I'm just going to connect that bottom of the E up to about there. Right, now, here we go. We're going to do the rest of the lines to make up his face now. 1, 2, 3, keeping it simple, and then down to 1, 2, 3. And once you've got those set up, you've got the base for where to do the rest of the lines on his face. So here we can just connect up, connect it up, connect them up, connect here, there. And you can kind of make a mess of it and mess it up a bit, and it's still going to look okay. Gets that web look. Maybe another line there. Okay, now to the M, I'm going to curve over there to his connect up. This is going to be like his shoulder. Nice curve there like that. From the M there. Okay, now this straight down stroke from the M, it's going to come down here just past the bottom of his chin. Alright, and just draw the line over it, down and stop. Okay. Now, make this curve, it's kind of like his muscly shoulder, and it's going to come down to about that same spot. You're curving it in, make it nice and thick. There we go. All right, and here, just a little curve to the elbow. All right, now here's forearm, curve it out and down. And then from the elbow, curve it out and down. There we go. All right, now I'm gonna come in closer, do his hand. Real simple. Start there, just one little right angle bend, and then just up from that, down, and 1, 2, 3 knuckles, curve it up, and just connect it to his wrist there. And hey, keep it easy. It's for his other arm he's got behind there. Let's just draw it right alongside next to that arm there. And that's, he's got his hands together, makes it nice and easy. All right, now, top of the A here, just keep looking at that, and then from the curve from his shoulder, it's going to curve to there. Now watch the angle that I go up at. I'm going to come down to there. So, curving up, around, watching where you're drawing, get a nice curve, and down to there. Take your time on this one, because this curve gets a good look on him. Make a nice clear line. Okay. Guess you've done that. Now, the other stroke on the M here, follow the straight angle and just curve it a little bit. That's going to be his chest. You can see that nice and clear there. All right, now, about there, you can see where I'm going to draw to. This is his legs, going to come down to about the same distance as his elbow. Now, starting from that straight line, I'm going to curve it in and stop down there, and it stops just under the stroke of the A. And here, one little square thing, and that's his kneecap. All right, and then the downstroke from the A is going to come to just above that. Curve over a little bit to it, and stop there. Okay, now we come to the end. We're going to make the end disappear, and then curve it over. Kind of a real flattened out sort of slight curve there. Now, this is tricky. Watch. Little line out, like a V there, and then a little line down. Now I want to connect this with a nice curve. Out, curve into the V part. And that'll give us a nice sort of, I don't know, muscular Spider-Man leg. Right, now, his foot, just angle this way, curve it around, and then just a little toe part, curve it off like that. And now the bottom of the end, you're going to touch that, curve it into the toe part. There we go. And now we want to keep this line here for the detail, continue along to there. And now his costume, we're going to add some lines, 1, 2 there. Okay, and then about halfway up on his calf muscle, there, angling down a bit. 1, 2, and 3. Nice and simple. And then straight line right down the middle, and then right down the middle there. Okay, so, well, it's kind of coming together, you can see. Now, back to the M. Curve that back a bit this way. This is kind of his waistband, which is going to be the red part on his costume. And now curve that one, not too much, but even almost straight. And 1, 2, 3, and I probably could have put 1 through the middle there, but maybe later. And then connect that across there. And now, see the little dot dash thing? We want to curve just past it down to on his forearm there. So starting there, curving it down, practice with your hand maybe before you draw it, and then nice curve and stop there. Make that a little bit clearer so you can see it. Okay, where to next? Well, cross here at the forearm is the best way to do it. Start here, just below the elbow. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and that's the R. Let's make the R disappear. It curves just to that line, and then we lose the dot. We make the dot disappear. Curve up there, and we want to fill in this with some nice, evenly sort of spread lines. Okay, and the arm behind, let's just throw a few little lines in there because it's also got the pattern on it. And then on his hand, 1, 2, 3, across like that. And now, starting up here, high on the shoulder, one line down, and then all the way through, right down to his wrist. So we've got the pattern there on his arm, his shoulder. And so, guessing you'd have done that. Now next we're going to do his chest. So one there, and one in the middle. And then just across like that. Now, we're going to do the spider logo on his chest. We're keeping it simple. And we're going to just curve like that. Colour it in. Make it nice. And we're going to use the lines just to show the kind of, use lines as sort of like as a guide where we're going to do his legs. So another one. Again, this is another part you can just mess it up a bit and it's still going to look okay. Alright, fill that in there. Okay, next. You done there? Alright, now we're going to do here with this other leg, I think. Now, what you're going to do is start there and across. Kind of not too much past the other foot now. Curve it up just a little bit, give it some nice shape. And then here, we're going to curve there, that's the muscle of his calf muscle. And it's stopped there, so space for his ankle. And now, watch the angle up. And then down this way for his for the foot, and we want to create like a triangle-ish sort of foot shape. Curve it around like that. Okay, and we want the line there too. So let's add that line down to there, and then the costume. So 1, 2, 3. And then on the foot, 1, 2, 3, and then easy, a line through the middle, and then from the heel to the toe. And there's his other leg part. And we can just add a slight little hint of that leg, back of the other leg there. Alright, thicken that up. Okay, now this circle, it's kind of odd. Now it's going to be his web, it's going to be this S shape down here. So practice that a few times. Start there and take your time. Nice curve down and then up to the hand. Alright, and then curve it along, follow it along. Not too thick. There we go. And then here, the loop, it's looping around. And kind of like dangling back behind him. So curve it down, get that nice curve, and then flick it off like that to get a nice sort of fast flowing sort of action to it. Fold along, and then again give it a bit of a flick like that. And there we go, that's the web coming from right now. I'm going to start the web from the front on this S. Now this is kind of a tricky part, but again, even if we mess up a bit, it's still going to look okay. So the S is going to continue over the P, down into his hand. Take your time nice and slow, look where you're going, stop. Okay, and then come up here, start just back from the curve, collect the P, curve it down in like that. And there we go, there's his web, he's sort of hanging on. Now, straight here, the straight line of the P, well that's going to be like the building. So let's just draw that up there like that. Nice straight line. Get down. And then the I, we'll get rid of the I. It also becomes just a building. That one's kind of in the background. And alright, now we're going to get rid of the P. So let's make the web look a little bit fun and cool, a little bit of connection there and a curve there like that. Yeah, a little curly bit. The end of the web kind of goes all flying everywhere and messy and everything as it sticks on. So, curly part there. Alright. And some webbing, because it spreads out and sticks to wherever he's shot it to. And a little bit more webbing connected there. Okay, a little cross like that. Another place for a bit of webbing. Trying to make the S disappear. We've got the flow there, and let's add some texture, lines to the webbing, some little swirly bits on there, bits of loose threads, I guess, hanging off the webbing. Right on his leg, add some extra lines, right around there again where it crosses over, some curly threads. Just as you go along, add them in there. And webbing like that. So we're almost there. Okay. And a few extra details, sticking some lines up. Okay, here I'm going to give a little bit more detail to the building. And there we go, we just can throw on some bricks and some more windows on the buildings. And that's the word Spider-Man into Spider-Man. Thanks for watching. I hope your Spider-Man turned out pretty cool. And subscribe, comment and like, and I'll see you on the next video. And remember, eat more fruit.